Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your January 2026 forecast. And oh my God, you're having a massive wheel of destiny turning your life all over the place. Thanks to a Venus, Mars, Sun reset button, triple conjunction in the house of your long-term love, your significant relationships, your audience and marketplace, and your business clients. And we even see pivots in how you earn your money and massive changes in how you approach your career. It's one of those Januaries that everything changes, and you even have a lunation that's going to really, truly wake you up. So welcome to your month ahead. My name is Lori Lothian, and I am here for you to help you time the month of January. I'm a traditional Western tropical zodiac astrologer. And if you like to time 2026 for the whole year using my navigational guidance, I created 2.5-hour videos for each separate sign, a PDF guidebook for the whole year that's 26 pages long, written by me. That is available in the description box below. You can get the bundle for $55. Listen for Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can get just your sign for $22. You can pick your Sun, Moon, or Rising. The bundle is a deal. You'll save money, and you can share with friends and family as a digital stocking stuffer or a New Year's gift, because this comes as a PDF. Links to those videos. The videos are downloadable as audio and video files and in a watchable format as well. So hopefully you'll grab some of that. It's my yearly fundraiser to buy equipment, hire staff, create a scholarship fund for some of my courses, and it also helps this channel thrive. Speaking of thriving, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you don't mind. It was a dastardly month in December. The subs were really low. I don't know if it's the YouTube algorithm or it's you guys. I haven't changed my content. I've been here for quite a while. Give me some love. Let's get talking about your sky. Well, Cancer, let's backdrop it before I show you the sky and we navigate the month ahead for the next 25 minutes. I am so excited to say that you still have Jupiter protecting you. Lord Jupiter in your sign every 12 years. Is here until next July, and he's retrograde. Don't worry about that. He goes direct in March. But the point is that he's still Jupiter. Retrograde means he's deepening his bounty. He's going inward. He's helping you work on your health and your life and your career and your home and your relationship stuff. And he's helping you filter everything through wisdom, truth, as a lens of wisdom and truth. That said, it's quite the sky, and we're going to show it to you because it's quite the sky for all of you angular signs especially. So here we have Cancer, and this is what the sky looks like on January the 1st. We're going to go week by week, and I'm going to try to make it a smooth and seamless storyline. First thing you want to pay attention to, clearly and obviously, is that you are going to experience this little bit of a January, New Year's Eve, January 1st, Mercury square Neptune. Certainly that's good old alcohol up there, or addictions, but it's more of a kind of a confusion or uncertainty around themes of kind of, you got information you don't know you can trust. You got some kind of communications that it fogs you out. You're not sure what's real and what's true. It's probably around a pet, health of a pet, a rental contract proposition, a work situation, maybe even something to do with health, even your health. But all said and done, it's just a short blip, and then you move on. Like you're just going to go, oh, what the hell is real and true? It's not a hardship. It's just a confusion. And then we move into the new year. And if we start January 1st fully, we're going to talk about the Venus and the Mars reset buttons in the heart of the sun in your 7th house of marriage. Now, if you're not married, and this combination of planets is taking place in the first 9 days of January, including a Venus-Mars conjunction, then there's a strong chance that single Cancers looking for love may meet their love partner. And that could possibly be the reset button here in January, thanks to Venus with Mars, around January the 8th, that will bring you that new love story in the next 10 months. So single Cancers looking for love probably will find it by the end of the year. However, if you're married, this is important. If you're already with a long-term love partner, whether it's legal or not, this means that you're changing the relationship significantly, or it is being changed. The transit of Jupiter through your sign opposite what's going on here is a classic filter things through wisdom and truth. If you're in a relationship that's not right for you, it can end. If you're looking for a relationship that's right for you, probably wait until March 11th onward, and you might see evidence by October of a new beautiful love story emerging. Mars with Venus, he rules your house of romance, and this could be a powerful and positive new beginning in love. If you're with somebody and things are not going well, this unfortunately Mars reset button, which will be exact on January the 9th, could end the relationship. Now, I'm not trying to alarm you. I'm just telling you what I see. Let me grab my mouse because I've been using my arm, which isn't good for my arm, and I'm back in a second. Hang in there. And it is a dreary day here in Vancouver, Canada. It's absolutely god-awfully dark. This is the middle of the day. And if I didn't have a ring light, I swear I'd be talking to you in the pitch black. So I'm recording this for my Patreon community, early access ad free. They're going to get stuff before you. So if you want to this is December 18th for this video, you might want to join me there. So look, guys, here's what I'm talking about. See? So Mars and the sun resetting here last happened in 1994. So it was happening like at the end of 93, but you can say 1994, 95, right? You can go back in time before that to 1979, 1980. These Mars resets swath through each of those cycles, those 2 years, coming from the same place. What changes, difficulties, disruptions, reboots, resets were happening in the long-term committed love. Now, it also is a house of your audience, your marketplace, your fans, your public for your career path. And there were changes in that part of your sky, as well as business partnerships as well. So those alliances had changed significantly, most likely back on the dates I gave you, 94, 95, 79, 1980. And here we go again, because although this Mars reset is January the 9th, 2026, it will literally take place over 2 whole years. But things that occur the day of or the day before or the day after January 9th will give you a clue to what the direction the things are going to may go in. Okay. And one thing about this is that sometimes it could lead to separation or divorce. I just have to be honest about that. And if you're in the eldering years, it can lead to widow or widowerhood. Just saying, I got to be realistic. Now, don't mean to scare you. Now, as Mars is cutting through here and making his reset button, so is Venus. Let's talk about her for a second. On January the 6th, Venus will co-join the sun, resetting matters of love and legal contracts, vows and agreements, audience and marketplace. She will unfold that over 10 months. She last reset buttons in your Capricorn sky, 2014, same time of year. Let's go January of 14, January of 18, January of 2022. So you're used to this reset button, not with Mars co-present. That hasn't happened for 35 years. So this is a bit different, but it is important to note that what is resetting here with Venus's support is going to be translated to real estate, property, and land. And that's because she is the ruler of that in the house of the buyer or the contractual agreement regarding selling and buying. So for some of you, you may sell your property, potentially maybe even purchase a property in perhaps the year of 2026. Venus here also is the ruler or the owner of, the boss of your 10th, 11th house of career gains, specifically the money you make through the career you pursue and all the rewards that go with that, fame, fortune, money, glory. She is going to reset some of that as well from the 7th house, bringing in new business partners, clients, audience, and marketplace to reset 11th house stories as well. And she's got Uranus there. She owns a Taurus sky. Uranus brings shocks and surprises, but he's also on a wealth star called Algol. So it's got a lot of intensity, that's for sure. Now, one thing I want to mention before we get past this first 9 days of January is that with these three in a triple conjunction, there is something very, very powerful trying to happen. The sun is the guiding intelligence of the universe. It is the solar system's headquarters, and it is telling It is cooperating with both those planets to give them a new mission instruction. Well, Mars rules your career path and the house of romantic love. So between new resets in romantic love and new resets in your career path, there's a lot going on. Venus says it's got to be refined, prosperous, and joyful if you're going to do romance and or career changes. So that's new directions for you there. Finally, she exalts Venus, your house of book publishing, podcasting, and foreign lands. And those things might pick up in a positive way over the next 9 months, but you will do it through others. You and your partner travel abroad. You and your partner move to a foreign land. You get a book publishing contract or deal, that kind of stuff. All right, so that's the lay of the first 9 days of January, but I will also add there's a new moon. It happens to be at 3 degrees of Cancer, which is your sign, and it will change a lot of stuff in your life. It will be full and bright at 13 degrees of your sign. So obviously if your sun or moon or rising is near 13 degrees, sun, career and purpose, moon, emotions and home-based matters, rising, anything to do with your simulation avatar. So therefore a lot of circumstantial sensitivity there to life's changes. If you have those placements near 13 degrees, particularly within 11 to 16 degrees, then you're really, really, really feeling the power of this moon. Now it's full. I hope I didn't say new. I meant full moon, full moon, full moon. So this full moon is fulfilling a seed you planted 6 months earlier in changes you might want to make to do with your health, your body, your career, your home, and your significant other. Yes. Change. You might planted a seed back 6 months ago. Should you have done that, the change is upon you. And we had Jupiter's support as well. So Jupiter this time around, when the moon is full in your sign, is conjunct Jupiter. I mean, so the two of them are right beside each other, more or less, which makes it the best new moon in 2025, in my humble opinion, 2026. And so it's blessed in so many ways, about emotional joy and a new beginning, fulfilling a desire for that in your life. It could complete or fulfill some kind of shift that you wanted to make in where you live or whom you live with. So there's just a kind of fulfilling, harvesting, ripening, juicy, beautiful lunation. And if you go back roughly 6 months earlier, so the middle of the summer during Cancer season, which is July, you might have noticed as well, June, July, you might have noticed that there is a potential yearning or desire that you planted as a seed regarding life changes you wish to effect. With Jupiter conjunct the moon, Jupiter would try to translate it to foreign land travel, book publishing deals, academic and university and higher educational learning, new spiritual awakenings, new spiritual traditions and spiritual ideologies. Jupiter would like to translate this fulfillment moon as well, best he can, into new directions in health and work matters. And so these things could come into fulfillment. Yes, as a result of the moon, look for evidence of that in January 3rd, add 2 weeks, but also consider perhaps it could be all through the 6 months that follow that the main unfoldment occurs. Now we're moving past the lunation and the first 9 days of January. And what we're going to talk about next. Oh, and one more thing. During the first 9 days of January, hang on. You're going to have Mercury with this reset button of Venus and Mars and the sun. And Mercury is information, news, conversations, contracts, and agreements to legally. So you might be coming into some potential for a legal agreement, a contract you need to sign, but also news, information from someone important to you. Can be your spouse-like relationship, could be your business partner, could be some information from an audience member or a client or a customer. Pay attention to the news that comes to you around that time. The first 9 days of January. So I need water. Hang on. I'm still with you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. This channel is struggling in December with record low subscriptions. No, I didn't change my content. Nothing has changed. I don't know if I'm being a shadow banned or something, but the views are normal, but the subs aren't. So give me a hand and subscribe. Here we go. It's okay if I don't have the channel next year. I'll do something else. I'm not kidding. So I want to mention one more thing. So there's the news guy, Mercury. All the news is fit to print. As we move past the 9th, see, there's Mercury coming into Venus and the sun, the triple conjunction. Mercury in the background, Mercury is invisible. All these planets are invisible. It's an invisible parade of planets because they're too close to the sun, but it's still powerful. It's almost like undercover changes happening in the sky in all the seventh house meanings I gave you. But then we want to talk about the fact that a beautiful mini trine is forming, and it's full of luck, opportunity, and flow, and grace and ease. And mini grand trines do form in the sky now and then, but this one is very exceptional. And that's because it's going to be opening up courtesy of Venus, Sun, Mercury, and Mars. Okay. All four planets continually reinforce what's going on here, which is typically because all month long, Saturn and Uranus are sextile as a backdrop theme, it's like music in the elevator. That now this combination of Mr. I get things done and it's really real and I got a backbone and I'm helping you make your dreams come true hooks up with Uranus, innovation, excitement, change, unexpected developments. And this is a windfall house, by the way. Could have some unexpected financial windfalls because it's on a whale star called Algol during the month of January. That could happen, but unexpected, exciting, exhilarating, positive stuff. North Node is fated and destined. But the interesting part is all of the change that lights this triangle up comes from other people. You're not the initiator. People approach you, women, men, business partners, audience, client, your partner in love, approach you to make this change happen. Now, it's possible that your significant other, should you already be in a relationship, is going to have some very positive, exciting changes in their life, connected perhaps to money and their own career, or maybe connected to matters of opportunities for them to go to university, education, travel. Maybe they're going to join a convent. Maybe they're going to start a new religion. Maybe they're going to join the church. I don't know. But so some of this could be happening to your other person as well. You are witnessing it with Jupiter holding your hand, and you are Mr. All is well with the universe. I trust the universe is going to work out. So you seem pretty chill while all of this is going on. Should especially be for someone else in your life, like your partner in love, that's committed and long-term. One thing to say about this triangle, when Venus is hooking up to it to start the game in motion, and she's like, I'm on it on the 14th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. She's on it. She's saying something like, well, I exalt your book publishing in foreign lands and travel, so let's get that to succeed. In legal court matters, I've got your back. She is the lord of, or the mistress of property, land, and real estate. Let's make it work. And she's also the boss of your career gains, your long-range goals and dreams, and a sibling, one older. For example, I said this could be about your partner, kind of like a husband or wife. There's also some positive developments going on with a sibling, one older. And so the windfall energy that's here could be coming your way through them, or they may be having their own amazeballs experiences, and you're watching on the sidelines. All said and done, Venus as well, and all the stellium flow to the nodes of fate, creates a wedge formation, which is positive destined energies, positive destined changes. And I'm wondering as well, in a sort of sidebar way, because of the South Node in the third house, that a lot of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising will change their neighborhood and move their home. You might be getting ready to move, and that move might be coming up anytime January through to the end of March based on this sky. And there's all kinds of positive momentum to make it happen. Like it's more like a new neighborhood, a new city, that kind of thing. That would be moving off to a foreign country, for example. Then comes the sun. Now the sun is going to pick up some speed and then also activate it. Sun is visible, obviously. The sun rules Leo. Leo is a part of the chart that's your money. So you might have an increase in a financial situation, more money coming to you from some significant other, an elder sibling, one or two above you, maybe a father figure, and some positive money developments. Translate the sun to the money house. And then along comes the next one, and that is going to be Mercury and Mars co-joining and beginning to wake up the mini grand trine, probably around the 17th, 18th, and 19th. 17th, 18th, and 19th. As you might notice, we're doing the 14th to the 21st right now. 14th to the 21st. So let's talk about Mercury. Mercury is going to be invisible on the 21st. We'll get to that, but he's not there yet. He'll be resetting the sun. We're not there yet. So hang in. It's not in your seventh house. So he does have rulership or dominion over certain areas like neighbors, neighborhood, trips and travel, third house. So there may be a travel opportunity coming to you that's very blessed to long distance or shorter distance travel. It may involve siblings. There may also be a letting go of neighborhoods, siblings, cousins, aunts, and uncles in a situation that wasn't working for you in an important conversation. There also is a potential, because Mercury is the ruler of your 12th house. Again, we're seeing distant shores and foreign lands. And so maybe in some way, even though it's not the most typical, if you're going to travel, you might go abroad, you might plan the trip abroad, that kind of thing. So trip energy and fortuitous circumstances are happening around January the 18th. And then finally, Mars is chiming in, as I mentioned, and Mars is ruling your romance house and your children. And there may be some positive developments with romance and children. Couple of thoughts. One of your children is going to have a baby. It's a long story. Grandchildren house is activated. A romantic partner from a foreign land shows up in your life, or you're traveling and there's a little bit of a sizzle and you start to feel this golden opportunity for romance. You could even find yourself shockingly and suddenly finding amorous, attractive sexual energy between you and a friend, someone you had zoned out as a friend, or that you never thought was something other than friendship, and something is trying to happen. You might be not expecting it even. It could surprise you. Mars rules your career, and he wants you to succeed, and you're trying to find purpose and meaning in your career and be using your talents and gifts. That's the Chiron transit that ends in 2027, started in 2019. As Mars is not only resetting your 7th, he will reset your career path in the next 2 years. If I didn't say that, Mars will reset your career path in the next 2 years, starting January 9th. But as he forms a mini grand trine, he's also quite capable of translating some really positive developments into the career space. For example, getting a nice bonus check that shocks you, a commission, a Christmas bonus, a lot of money, or getting some career opportunity connected to foreign lands and shores, or even perks like, hey, you did such a great job, we bought you a ticket to Vegas, And you might even have some positive career opportunities connected to some educational opportunities, or again, travel opportunities. So those are things that are happening in the short term, and you might feel that energy that I'm describing January 18th to approximately the 21st. That the news or information about that is available to you. Now, I would be careful in your long-term love relationship right here. If I just kept that as a simple story, especially with a trine to Chiron, there may be some cataclysmic, negative and hard conversation with a long-term significant business or love partner, like going to battle, hard words, sharp speech, something difficult occurring there, a fracture of a legal agreement or a fracture in a long-term relationship. And the wound would be in your reputation. Like you don't want to admit that you're not going to be married to that person, or the legal situation that gets really difficult. You're divinely protected by Jupiter, but there's a bit of a gnarly sky vis-a-vis self and other around January the 18th. Put it on your calendar and try not to get into a fight with someone important to you. Now, we'll notice that Mercury is going to enter into the heart of the sun on the 21st. It's a reset button that has about a 6-week unfoldment, but it technically means it's also a powerful day. And on the 21st is a good day to file your taxes, apply for a credit card loan, pay off a loan, buy a stock, but knowing what you're buying. It's because this is investments energy. And Mercury resets that 8th house of chunky money, other people's money, investment monies, occult mysteries. It could be a good dream from the dead or a psychic moment coming through the sky for you on the 21st as well. And with Mercury being the ruler of matters connected to your 12th house, it could be a big spiritual awakening vibe going on here on the 21st. Or with Mercury connecting to your 3rd house with the South Node, you could also have some kind of translation of this intense energy with financing and moving, or financing and traveling, or financing and learning, like getting a scholarship or a bursary, or getting enough money for the move, that kind of thing. Venus is still here. She rules real estate. She's with Mercury. There's a reset button. There could be some new real estate opportunities emerging to buy or sell or rent even. So there's all of that going on. And use that 6 weeks that follows the Cazimi to refinance things, to change your financial structures with debt, to change up your your investment portfolio. You might do a very powerful reinvestment structures, settings, things, the way you handled money can change in a powerful, positive way in the 6 weeks that follow. Not the daily paycheck, right? The money you share with the spouse, the money you have for your investments, the money you have from your inheritances. There's changes that are good happening here. And that's what I have for you. Now, as we move towards the last 10 days of the month, and I really want to broaden that, really, it's the 20th to the very end, like the whole last third of the month, you're going to notice this kind of, back it up. Sorry. On January 18th, I almost forgot to mention that there was a new moon on January 18th. So going back from right now, we're at the 21st. So we go back 2 days. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, January here. New moon in the house of long-term committed love, legal contracts, audience, marketplace. Your significant other is going to have a reset button, and it makes a major life changes. End of story. And then another way of coding that lunation on the 18th is that you might also be coming to a new beginning or an ending in a long-term relationship. For new moons can do both, right? Something new is happening and something ending can happen. It's a dark moon in the house of your committed love. So there's that. So singletons, next 6 months, look for some new love. Venus is trying to bring it anyway from her Kazemi as well. A new moon here, with a new moon with Mars and Mercury, right, is going to be very important for changes in your life. Even though it's in the marriage house, changes in the marriage situation or long-term love or long-term committed love can unfold collaterally in other areas of your life, right? It can bring changes in your career that Mars is the ruler of. It can bring changes in your local neighborhood and environment, or it can bring changes connected to distant shores and foreign lands, the 12th house. There's a lot of collateral rollout where the changes could also ricochet, so to speak. So, it could be your partner's making life changes, or your partnership is changing, and it changes a lot of other areas of your life. Now, as we move into that last 10 days of the month, and I should mention that Mars, before he crosses over here, will come into a sextile to Neptune, which is positive. I often see Mars as like the guy who has the defogger on your windshield of your car, and he's defogging, cutting away, severing or something, the confusion here. Confusion about a legal situation and a significant other in love or business, confusion or uncertainty that was there earlier that you're now resolving, and you need to take action on it, connected to travel abroad, higher educational stuff, learning, teaching, but also connected to legal contracts and significant others. And now there's more clarity, basically. Now, this is not great for the world. Okay, well, first of all, by the way, I should be mentioning there's a wealth yoga here, and I don't want you to, because this is a money house. Now, I don't want to scare you, but Venus, Pluto, and Mars is coming in afterwards, and Venus rules your 4th house. Some of you might be getting an inheritance, legacy wealth from the family of origin. That's what I'm talking about. Past transgenerational wealth can be passed to you in this month of January, even past that into February and March, based on the sky. So if that happens, right? Mars in the setting place can be someone leaving the planet, someone like a father figure, according to this chart. Could be a grandfather, father figure. I'm not going to call it, but there can be a passage of wealth. And then there's that wealth yoga, which means you're doing better on your taxes, your mortgages, your financing, your investments. And that's going to be evident to you in the month of January. And Venus doesn't leave this part of your sky until February the 10th. So January 17th to February 10th is good for your taxes, your money, your resources, shared resources with a spouse, alimony, palimony, and inheritances. Again, I'll give you the dates of January the 17th to February the 10th. Holy man, I can't get the temperature right in my house. I've got no heat on, and I'm whew. And then it says ring light is so hot. And then we keep going, but I need it. There's no light here. Pluto and Mars is brutality. And, world events that we all go, oh my God, like the word massacres. You are not that. You're not going to have that happen. But here we have this conjunction. So you start to feel it building on January 24th. This conjunction between these two planets has a positive element. It can be unstoppable determination and willpower, but it's in a house that you don't really own. It's kind of offside, like in a soccer match, the ball went offside, you're not going to get the goal there. So it can be connected to your in-laws. There may be some really intense energy going on with an in-law in your chart, and that could be involving all kinds of stuff, battles, money battles, fights. They're almost, we can go back to the inheritance issues here with Venus still there. Mars and Pluto is just intensity. It's just intensity, death, transformation, rebirth, action, decisions, momentum. And it's in a money house. And again, we can go in-laws, spousal shared resources, land, property, and real estate, legacy wealth. Those are themes that I can't pretend aren't there. They're not like, for example, if you're worried about your marriage partnership, that's not really this, I don't think, right? Because the Lord of the marriage is over here, although he does rule this death and rebirth energy. So I can't tell you what it is. It's pretty intense. I really wish I could, but I don't know. If Mercury was to translate some of it into some other area, a sibling younger than you is in a hospital setting and facing a near-death experience. I've just made it up. Okay, so don't get all nail-biting about it, but there's like very little else I can make sense of, although massive transformation in your financial portfolio, massive transformation in how you deal with money. It's a wealth yoga archetype with change and intensity and death and rebirth, With that mini grand trine, though, we could still see you coming into, with the exalted moon especially, a windfall, and Mars rules the windfall. So maybe it's just, oh my God, I've been broke all my life and I just hit the jackpot. So look at it that way as well. Okay, don't always think about the negative side of it. It doesn't have to be inheritances. And then we move finally onto the end of the story, which is good news. And I like to finish on a happy note, and here we have it. What is the happy note? It happens to be around the 29th of January. Venus, good. Mercury news, good money news, good money news. I should have started this story by saying it's a good money for you in the month of January. But with Venus and Mars invisible and Mercury, even though there's good money news coming in the month of January, highlighting the last 3 days of the month, you may not see the outcome of that, like get your hands on the money, until with Venus's perspective, mid-February, and with Mars's perspective, March 17th. So there you go. Don't forget, if you are a new subscriber or watch my channel and you haven't subscribed, I should say, would you do that for me? I'm surrendered to the divine. If this channel isn't for me in 26, and I've been doing this channel since 2019, it's been growing quickly in 2024, 25, but it's slowed down dramatically in the November, December timeframe for no good reason, the subscriber rate. And I haven't changed anything about the content. It's always the way I've done it. So can you please hit the like button or subscribe? Maybe I'm getting some algorithmic banning for talking about sensitive topics that people like Candace Owens talk about. But if this channel fails in 2026 to grow subscribers, it fails to be a viable business for me. So I'm not sure, maybe I'm not meant to keep doing it. But if you haven't subscribed, would you subscribe? And if you have friends and family who would like my content, share it. And if they would subscribe, that would be great too. Otherwise, I'm surrendered to moving into a new career direction. All will be well. In my description box below, my Mars webinar on January 14th. Come join me. You want to know the information. It's quite affordable. Also, my description box below, my free Mercury Kazemi webinar. We do a meditation. I love teaching that class, and it's always free when I do Kazemi webinars. Check it out below. And anything about me, Substack, Pluto Chronicles, where I write about the world events unplugged, and also my Patreon community and everything I'm doing, classes I'm teaching, everything will be under the description box below. See you guys then. Don't forget to buy the All Signs bundle. Did I even promote it at the beginning? 12 videos, your sign. Check it out below.